Who here doesn't know that cruise ships are staffed and crewed by people from all around the world? They are international crews. And knowing that information, why do some people just automatically get upset and say, why don't you hire Americans? And they automatically jump to the conclusion that it's the cruise line's fault that they don't hire Americans. It's disgraceful and discriminatory that cruise lines don't hire Americans. But is that really the reason? Are the cruise lines purposely not hiring Americans? Are they looking at the job applications going, oh my God, this person is an American. There's no way we're going to hire them. Is that really the case? Or perhaps is there a little more to it? Or is it possible that maybe someone just writes in a comment because, well, it's in their feelings, I guess, at the moment. No research, no checking, no information. Just, I'm going to write this comment, say this cruise line is disgraceful. Because why? Because none of these captains are American. Why do we have cruise ships and Americans are not at the helm of these vessels? Americans should be in charge. Now, according to Carnival Cruise Lines, you can apply for any job you want at Carnival. Of course, you have to be qualified, have experience and qualifications in the job you are applying for if it is required in order to be considered for the job. Of course, that's the same anywhere you go. That's not just a cruise line requirement. Obviously, you can't go down to your local hospital and be a doctor if you've never been to medical school. But we do have a comment today where they're bothered by the fact that Carnival Cruise Lines has no American captains. And somehow it's Carnival's fault and Carnival's decision to purposely not hire American. If Carnival is an American company with an American CEO, why are none of the captains or first officers American? It is disgraceful that Carnival will not hire Americans. The U.S. has the largest and best Navy in the entire world. Certainly, there is a lot of talent getting out of the U.S. Navy that have experience operating large ships like aircraft carriers and such. Yet Carnival slams the door in their face. Explain why, and why no American senior officers either on any of my cruises. So, does Carnival Cruise Line refuse to hire Americans? Are they slamming the face in the doors of Americans who want to be cruise ship captains? Now, let's keep in mind, this is a career path. You cannot just walk in one day and go, today I want to be a captain. Majority of these captains start at the bottom and work their way up to that particular position. There's a lot of school, training that goes into becoming a cruise ship captain. It's not just like going down and getting yourself a driver's license. There are a limited number of cruise ship captain spots. And now we're just talking just Carnival Cruise Line, just Carnival ships. There's not like there's just an abundant amount of captain spots. And since they do hire internationally from around the world, yeah, they can really pick the absolute best of the best. They can have high standards and high qualifications to fill that limited number of spots. None of which means that it's disgraceful that they don't hire Americans. It doesn't mean they slam the door in the face of people just because they're American. Now, does the United States have one of the world's largest and best navies in the world? Abso-freaking-lutely we do. Are there tons of talented people retiring from the Navy? Absolutely there is. And they have tons of experience operating and captaining and being in command of aircraft carriers and other large vessels. But, because there's always a but. Keep in mind, if you've been the captain, the skipper of an aircraft carrier, you have been on a long career path to get to that point. These folks that are getting out at the end of their naval career after being the skipper of an aircraft carrier, they are retiring. Which means that when they are retiring, they are more than likely, probably not, looking to begin a new career as a captain of a cruise ship. So if there are any retired naval officers, commanding officers out there, Answer the question. Let me know in the comments below. Why have you not gone from the Navy, from commanding a U.S. naval war vessel, to going over to being an officer on a cruise ship? Was it because they wouldn't hire you because you were American? Did they slam the door in your face? Or is it the fact that your career, you're retired, you're done. You're not looking to start something new. And if there's somebody out there that fits that bill, I would really like to hear from you. I would love a perspective of a retired naval officer as to why they haven't gone over to the cruising industry. Now, there are Americans in senior leadership positions all through Carnival Cruise Lines, starting off with the fact the CEO is an American. Are we assuming that the CEO of Carnival Cruise Lines, who is an American, doesn't want to hire any other Americans? Is that the assumption we are going with? There are hotel directors that are American. There are senior leadership positions that are American, cruise directors that are American. Carnival clearly will hire Americans. And while not Carnival Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean has an American captain. If you follow any type of cruising for any length of time, you've probably heard of Captain Kate, also an American. So it's not unheard of for an American to be a cruise ship captain. It's clearly not an impossible task. So just because you board a cruise ship and you don't see a bunch of Americans in the leadership positions on a cruise ship does not mean that, one, they don't exist. It doesn't mean that a cruise line is disgraceful. Doesn't mean they slam the door in anybody's face. There is a lot more that goes into deciding who is going to captain a cruise ship that is not only responsible for the ship, for the crew, and the thousands of people on board that ship. There's going to be way more that goes into it than whether or not you one time served in the Navy or whether or not you were an American or from another country. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, what do we want from a cruise ship captain? We want experience. We want knowledge. We want someone who is safely going to get us all through our cruise vacation and return us home in one piece without any oopsies and accidents and mishaps along the way. I don't really care whether he's American, Italian, Romanian, whatever the case may be. I care about his experience, his knowledge, and the safety he is going to bring to my cruising vacation. Those are the qualities that I want in a captain, not what country they happen to have been born in. So if you're one of those people that says, well, I'm American, I only want to be around Americans, I only want to vacation with other Americans, be served by other Americans, look, at the end of the day, then cruising is not for you. Because when you get on a cruise ship, you're going to meet people from all around the world. That's the way it is. That's probably the way it's going to continue. And yeah, if you're an American and you want to work on a cruise line, go to their website. You can apply. You got to meet the qualifications. And if you're an American and someday you would like to captain a cruise ship, go for it. Get started now. Go to the schools, go to the training, work your way up through the chain of command. And yeah, an American can captain a cruise ship. They're out there. The proof exists. And I really don't think that Carnival Cruise Line slamming the door in their face is the reason why we don't see more. And that is going to be our video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.